Blakk Sun. I'm the Director of Outreach and New Initiatives at Healing Broken Circles and the event planner for the Back Wall event. And it's important because the Back Wall not only is a platform for talent, it's a platform for minorities and formerly incarcerated people, for them to be themselves completely unfiltered. Hence the phrase, the Back Wall. This is where the title came from. It's the place where you can be your most authentic even though you feel like you're surveilled all the time. And for my piece, what I'm really going to do is highlight the history. You know, we should never forget that mass incarceration started with slavery. And in my piece, I intend to tell the story is my story, but not my story. So I'll start with the ending of slavery and bring it all the way to where I am at today. And that's what I intend to do.
So hi, my name is Latisha Lashay. This is my first time up here at the Back Wall. I'm super geeked. It's amazing, this building, what it is for the community, what it is for Black people. Just walking around, it's not just like seeing faces that look like me in the house that Scott built. I don't know, it's like, it feels like something spiritual. Like just walking in and just feeling that energy, feeling the things and people and spirits that made this us here possible to just breathe. You, by the way, he looks amazing in his bow tie with the yellow and the blue, baby. You doing it? It's a blessing to be here. I'm one of the poets. I'm excited.
Good. My name is Tripp Fontane. We're here at the Back Wall, and to tell y'all really about what it means to me. Just being able to witness its inception, having worked with HBC behind the scenes, and really mean that this is a space for the people, created by the people, affected by the issues that they can talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a deliberately curated space to bring people in who the system may have marginalized and continues to marginalize. You know what I'm saying? Even after they do their time. It's a space for authenticity. It's a space for healing, man. It's a space for resources. And it's a space to just come and be and exist, whatever that means to you.
T-shirts are $25.
Hey, I'm DeAndre, Coach Poo, guys, and the Back Wall is important to me. I did 16 years in prison, and I was able to come out on the back end of that sentence with some sense of sanity, and some sense of health, a focus, and a vision for the future. And the only way I was to do that was because of the Back Wall. And the Back Wall to me is a place of hope. It's a place where people, no matter how confined the situation is, no matter how much control, no matter how much artificial power structure is put in place, people were determined to be free. And that Back Wall was that place where there were no cameras, where there were no handcuffs, where there were no cops, and people were free to express themselves in the way that they see fit. People were free to form and join social circles and hash out conflict and just really be human. It was the only place for people to be human in the prison and maintain that humanity, right? Because prison is a place that could just dehumanize you. But the Back Wall was a place that allowed you to allowed you to separate yourself and really be something other than what you were commanded to be by the state. And that's a big thing. That's what helped me survive in prison. And to this day, I just vowed to myself to maintain the Back Wall in my life, to maintain a place in my life where I'm unscripted, where I'm free to be me, where I won't let social pressures, where I won't let financial pressures, and all of these things that tend to creep into our life and dictate who we want to be, just suffocate me and make me into something I'm not. I'm gonna keep that Back Wall in my life. I'm gonna stay on the Back Wall because I'm determined to be free.
You know what it is, Tronee Threat.
I'm down here in my city, Columbus. Feel good to be home, coming all the way from Yellow Springs. And every time I come here, I feel like a visitor. However, I know it's my turf, I know it's my home. So I'm down here at the Light Guild about to do this spoken word of the back wall. We just came from the trenches, right? We just came from enslavement. We just came from the lowest of lowest poverty in America, right? So now we rising above that and we telling our story. So what you gonna hear from Tronee Threat tonight on this spoken word is that exact thing. You're gonna hear about the struggles. You're gonna hear about the ideas and how we putting them into play and how I'm manifesting everything that I'm doing through prayers, through thoughts, through my resources, and how we ain't turning back. The turn back is when we go grab everybody that was back there with us and bring them along with us on our journey. And this is how it's gonna go tonight, man. That's what you're gonna hear from me. I'm always turning up. It's Tronee Threat. The threat means any social norm that says that I can't be who I'm supposed to be because of where I came from. I'm squashing that whole worldview. And that's a threat to that whole thought. Tronee.
So what the back wall means to me, you know, America is full of intentionally neglected spaces, and that's, you know, the inner city, reservations, and in prison. Back wall is a space with no cameras, no cops. It's where people go to, you know, settle beef, or it's where people go to teach each other Arabic, or to be in large groups, you know, that aren't allowed in prison, because any groups of more than 4 or 5 is considered gang-related activity. So it's a space where I think people use neglect and turn it into opportunity. And that's how we see the back wall. It's a space where the talents and abilities and passion and commitment to help each other happens in like these purposely neglected spaces. It's what marginalized people do, and it's all the good stuff that gets created in these marginalized spaces. So that's what the back wall is to me.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the back wall. Let's take a slight moment of silence, right? Let's take a second to come into the room, right? I move 100 miles an hour in life, and there's so many places that I've been that I really haven't been, right? Experience that's been good, and things that's happened that I kind of really didn't experience. And I don't like that. We miss out a lot like that. So what I'm doing for this slight moment of silence is we coming into the room. A lot swirling around in our mind, a lot we thinking about, a lot just going on in life. Let's let it go. We here, and let's get all the way here. Let's get our minds here. So let's take a moment of silence and get here, and let's just enjoy each other, enjoy this thing, because it's a sharing about to happen, right? It's just not people up here talking. It's people listening. It's energy that's going to be exchanged back and forth. And so we all got a role in the responsibility here tonight. So let's live up to it. Let's get here. Let's give out energy. Let's take in energy. Let's grow. Let's learn. Let's get better. Let's laugh. Let's cry. Let's cuss. Let's fight. Let's conflict. Let's beef. Let's do it all. Let's love on each other. So let's give it a second. Let's get here. Okay, we about to have a good time, and it didn't come free to us, y'all. It came through blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of big support from the Greater Columbus Arts Council. Let's give them a round of applause for supporting us. We got a lot of big support from the Ohio Arts Council, the same way. Scott Woods let us in the building, and we in this fabulous place. Let's give him a round of applause. team that's putting this together is HBC, Healing Broken Circles. That's who do the magic here. We got an awesome team there. Our fearless leader, Kendra Hovey, is in the back. You know, she quarterbacked the whole squad. Always thinking, always working. And the artistic director of it all, Blakk Sun, in the building with the hat. Y'all gonna hear from him today. They at the helm, they did it. And if it weren't for y'all, HBC would be here by themselves and we'll be eating snacks. Mad Joy ain't come, so give yourself a round of applause for being in the building. And let's go. So the back wall. The back wall is a place that y'all are privy to come today. A lot of people probably never been on the back wall, and that's what we want to introduce y'all to. The back wall is the realest place you've ever been. The first time I heard about the back wall was in a prison called MCI. We call it MCI, Mario Correctional Institution. And it was from a guy who was, he was stern. He was stern, he was strong. He had to be about 8 feet tall, right? 8 feet tall, he was bald, he was a Muslim, he walked straight up in chest. He happened to be my uncle, right? And he was a real good dude, and he was big on respect, but he was kind of crazy. He was kind of nuts, right? He a crazy dude, right? He don't let you walk next to him, make you walk behind him, right? Because that's how soldiers walk, right? You gotta have your chest up. He was a strict and stern brother, right? And one time, he was sitting on his bed, and a guy was walking past him, and he was dragging his feet, right? And he had certain cues that just threw him off the rocker. So he politely got up to the brother, and he said, I'm gonna ask you politely, never drag your feet down this aisle again, right? And the brother said it was a thin white guy, cool white guy, right? Had a lot of friends, kind of loud, kind of had a draggy voice. He said, "What you mean, man?" Right? And my uncle didn't have no time for it, right? He said, "You want to go to my office?" And I didn't know what kind. I knew he ain't had no office because the staff hate him, right? I knew he can't get in no office. The staff can't stand this man, right? He just a nut job. So he said, "Do you want to go to my office?" He said, "What?" He got ready to tell. He said, "My office. Do you want to go to my office?" Looking him in his eyes. So I'm just listening. Dude said, "No." And I thought that was a good choice because I didn't want to go to the office. I didn't know where it was at. So I asked him where his office was at, and his office was on the back wall, right? The back wall. Now, when I tell y'all about the back wall, and y'all get introduced to the back wall, and y'all see it today, the back wall is not a place that you just talk about with anybody. That's why y'all privy to this, right? Everybody don't just show up to this place, right? Y'all came here for a reason. Y'all had a certain connection, and we feel comfortable talking to y'all about it. Everybody just don't know about the back wall. Everybody can come to the back wall, and everybody don't see the same things on the back wall, right? So the back wall is like one of those places in a fairy tale, right? Like somebody could say, it's right here. And if you're not the right person, you'll look at it and it looks like nothing. But if you're the right person, it's like a wonderland, right? You look and you say, wow, it's a wonderland. That's the thing about the back wall. It's a place, but you got to be a certain type of person to know it's a place, right? You got to be a person that loves freedom and won't accept anything less than that. No matter how tight the confines are, you love freedom, you love liberty, you love liberation, and you won't give it up. And you're going to always create that space no matter where you at, no matter what the pressure, no matter who and what is trying to dictate who you are and what you're going to be. You're going to carve you out of space, and you're going to be free in that space, right? You got to be that kind of person, because if you're not, you could break down the operation of the back wall. So what he told me about the back wall was the place where conflicts got settled, right? It's a wall on the back of the prison,
like the rooms is set up and there's aisles. It's an aisle in the back, and there's aisles that lead to the front. The thing about this aisle in the back is the cameras can't see here, right? The cameras can't see here, and the officers are stationed in the front, so it takes a long time to get to the back. You look like you gonna tell. You better not tell. You can't tell nobody what's going on the back wall. You look like you wanna put the phones up. Don't nobody start texting. I'll tell you what happened. So the thing about the back wall is a lot of times, if you came into, they would take you on. People come on tours in the prison, and when you tour the prison, you're gonna get a certain vision and view of what's going on in the prison. But the thing that you won't see is what really goes on the back wall, right? You get the control narrative, right, of what the prison officials want you to see, right? Because that's what they're gonna show you. They're gonna let you talk to the people. That's gonna say they're not gonna introduce you to my uncle, right? When my uncle's sitting on his right, they're gonna keep pushing you through there. Hey, what about the big guy? Come on, don't talk. Now they're gonna keep you walking through. They're not gonna introduce you to him. So you're not gonna get the full narrative of what's really going on in prison unless you privy to enter the back wall. Now on the back wall, all kind of things happen. Some good, some bad. You might get a gang fight on the back wall, right? But you might get a prayer group on the back wall, because there's only so many people can pray on the back wall together. It's only so many Muslims can lay out their robe, lay out their mat, and pray together in the real population, or it's called a group or a gang or something, right? So they got to come there and pray. You might get a person. It was a chiropractor on the back wall. You know what I mean? A real live chiropractor. And he'll take you and help you do what you couldn't receive through the prison medical system, right? You could go everywhere, and you just couldn't find it. But the chiropractor will be back there, and he'll crack your back and get you together and nurse you back to life sometimes, right? A lot of times you'll have a guy that's training a guy to defend himself after he's been taken advantage of so many times, right? But what you have back there, no matter what it is you have people who, although they are confined, are determined to be free. It's the only place of true self-expression in the entire penitentiary. And it's a place that, when I was in prison for 16 straight years, that I often frequent, right? Because that's the only place that I could take guys back, and we could talk, we could pray, we could hit the mist together, we could train, we could grow strong, because you couldn't train in certain ways on the compound because you weren't free to grow strong, right? Prison is a place that's kind of built to stagnate you. It's kind of built for you to sit still and not grow for whatever reason. But that was a place where you could grow, and it's a place that I grew to love, and I take the back wall with me everywhere I go now, because it's still so many pressures that attempt to dictate who I am, right? It's financial pressures that pull me day in and day out. It's social pressures that's pushing me to be and say what I should and what I'm supposed to say, right? Following the control narrative. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be what somebody else try to make me to be. I want to be free. So I'm taking the back wall everywhere I go. So y'all privy to the back wall of the prison. And I want everybody that's coming up here today, what you're going to see is people that were touched and molded and shaped on that back wall, right? And that still live on the back wall. And I'm inviting y'all not only to see the back wall today, but to live on the back wall as y'all go forward and be free. So welcome to the back wall, y'all. All right, so behind every good program and every good performance and entertainment is a good white woman. It always is. And behind HBC It's a good white woman. It's a couple of them, but it's one in particular, right? And she is quiet. She don't say much. She just do the heavy lifting. She do all the work. And that's from everything. If you need a program made, she gonna make a program. You need snacks put up, she gonna put snacks up. You need somebody to mop a floor, she'll mop a floor. She gonna get the work done, right? She don't got a title. She got titles, but the title don't mean nothing. She gonna do whatever need to be done, and she make things work. And she from the bottom. Did time in the penitentiary. Been on the back wall 3 years. Got out. Flew to the top, right? Working on her master's degree in social work. And doing so much social justice work with so many different groups that is crazy right now. And I'm glad to introduce her. And she gonna be glad to come up here. And y'all finally get to see the woman behind the scenes. Welcome, Chrissy, y'all.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'm super excited. I have a problem with stage fright, so I have a really good friend that is allowing me to speak to you all tonight. I met this friend when I got out of prison. I knew I wanted to do prison advocacy, reform, and prison work. And I got linked up with the Returning Artists Guild, which is another local Columbus artist returning citizen group that I would highly recommend checking out. And I was working with my friend Kamisha Thomas. And his first week out of prison, I met him. We became instant friends, amazing. And he introduced me to Healing Broken Circles. So I got involved with Healing Broken Circles. They were transitioning from Marion, finding their space and their voice. That's when the back wall was created. We sat months meeting, talking about what the back wall was gonna be. And this man helped lead all the conversations. I'm super excited to introduce one of my best friends. He is a musician, an artist, a poet. He does it all, right? And he is the outreach director of Healing Broken Circles. He is amazing and has an amazing voice that I hope you all take a moment to consider and listen to. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Michael Poo. Sorry, it's been longer.
She said, Michael Poo, don't nobody call me that. Don't nobody call me that for real. I apologize. Y'all seen me adjust this before what happened and Pooh moved it, so it's not my fault. I don't even know how to adjust it again. Can y'all hear me? We good? All right, kick that out the way. I don't need that. I do a lot with it, you know? I be combing and it'd be like, woo. You know? Man, you know what I'm saying? Never forget where we came from. So in 1862, the Emancipation Proclamation did what? Y'all was on call, on trivia. Y'all ain't even know nothing about that. It freed the slaves, right? Now, you would think, to an untrained eye, that is a good thing. And I'm not saying that it's not, because otherwise we know where I would be at. But what nobody told them, and what a lot of people don't know, is that for a lot of them, things didn't get better. They got worse. And just for me to be present in those moments, I like to put myself, and she also said I was an actor, so I do that. And I imagine this is what I would have said at that time. Thank you, Mr. Lincoln, for giving me something to call my own. Something I really couldn't fathom but should have had all along, and since it's mine now, I can't lie. Life is kind of chaotic, and I know freedom I shouldn't body, but forgive me if I really don't know how. And I know that you released me from those chains, and I'm just saying it's rather strange to be missing those kinds of things, just the familiar of my brain, I guess. And I'll never miss them whippings. So I thank you, Mr. Lincoln, for freeing me from that prison. And these hardships that I encounter from other brothers don't bother me, when I know we all travel the same road. Not knowing where we're going, sometimes freedom takes its toll, and white people hate that we're free. So when they see us, they turn up their nose. I have to keep my head low.
practically becoming invisible. Because in the South, they ain't as tolerable of black folk. Seizing all opportunity to lock us back in shackles from these made-up charges and these insurmountable obstacles. Proclaiming my freedom wasn't enough. Becoming a free man is more tough. Where will I live? What will I do? Did you even think of this stuff? Because the plantation was my home. I wasn't fending on my own. Though treated unfairly, at least I could still reap the things I've sown. Now I'm a stranger in an even stranger land, being treated worse than less, still considered 3/5 of a man. And all of the know-how in the world can't fix my skin. White people won't even pretend. So tell me, Mr. Lincoln, where do I begin? Acceptance isn't in your heart. We're not considered an equal part. We put in all the work and still can't get a fresh start. And without us, you wouldn't even have a country. All the labor we put in, man, we keep your world functioning. So would it kill you not to kill us? Not to swindle and belittle us all in the savage pursuit of a product? Not to snatch up our women like they're still considered property, and when we come to their defense, you charge us with an offense to subjugate our families. Blatantly showing us we aren't a part of the hierarchy. Brainwashing us with education that's malarkey, contributing to the patriarchy. And if being free means I can't say the things I mean, I'll be murdered for having dreams, why would I partake in this scheme, Mr. Lincoln? Because it seems now that your freedom is a trick to make me volunteer for slavery again. Keeping a job is a joke because you short us on our wages. And if I had to list injustices, I couldn't count the pages. See, I think you found an easier way to run us. Not worrying about our personal upkeep makes it easier to shun us. Not caring if we live or die, because now we're just workers, makes it easier to jerk us and subject us to this circus. And it's almost like being slaves was working better for us than the past. We had to reproduce, so you had to make sure that we last. And when you told us we were free, you and your buddies probably laughed, making our overseers mad and our future resistance sad. Others don't see it and they're glad, but I'm on to you, Honest Abe. We're detrimental to your reign more than a paragraph or page. And when people read those chapters, they'll see that your claim to fame was just a new way to oppress us by changing the rules to your own game. And the shrills and shrieks of people just like me keep my dreams haunted. And thinking about tackling this battle justly can be daunting. And if you gave us freedom just to exercise your power trying to flaunt it, then thanks but no thanks, Mr. Lincoln. I don't want it. Thank you. And in that time, right, it's been 160 years since then. And with the end of that oppression came others. Came vagrancy laws, came convict leasing, came Jim Crow, came the civil rights movement, the assassination of our black leaders, came the Reagan joint, the war on drugs, everything that they could think of to go ahead and push us back down. Like you thought she was getting somewhere, psych, let me pull that up from under you. But there was something also equally nefarious going on. They were teaching us to hate ourselves. And they was like, we don't even have to keep stepping on them. We're going to teach them to do it to themselves. And a lot of times, a lot of us never make it out of our communities because we never get a chance to make it to our adulthood. And a lot of these stories never get told. And if they did, I imagine that it would sound some shit like, I was never given a chance. It seems like I've been condemned since birth out in this world trying to find my way. Wearing my heart on my sleeve, I can't hide the way I'm feeling. All of me on display. Can you see me? Ducking and dodging cops, defending myself with shots, because it's hard when all you want to do is go to school. But you got to abide by rules in this environment. The cemetery is filled with fools that weren't compliant. Can you see me? My mother's only son, and I love her dearly. Ready to die for her protection, can you feel me? And she treats me like her greatest gift. And let's not forget she bonded me out a few times for my mischief. And I've been told I got away with words, maybe the gift of gab. My mom says that I get it from my dad, but I don't even know his ass. But that's neither here nor there, I'm still struggling. Gotta find a job out here, standing out on this corners, producing nothing. And I'm just trying to be something, because in my hood, we ain't got much except shootings. Last week, a girl got hit jumping double dutch, and there's war out here, senseless beef, killing over anything. We're all in the same community from neighbors and dudes across the street, so why fight? Because I remember when we used to build our communities up, making improvements to the skyline. But on the bright side, I'm finally working. Feels good to bring money into my household. Finally, I have purpose. My friends ask me, is it worth it? Working for minimum wage, they try to discourage me from working because they want me to slang and gang bang like them, but that's not me. I mean, sure, I put in work before, but that ain't what I want to be. I want to save up money, go to school, get a degree, have a career. Anything has got to be better than living here. People dying every day. And I just heard yesterday that they got a little Kenny hit him up around the way. That's my best friend, my man with 100 grand. And I know they got a shot him, it was Stan. So I figure it's two choices. I could notify authorities for justice in the system, hoping for a conviction and he spends his life in prison, Or I can load up pistols with my homies and we ride like biblical times, an eye for an eye. I choose the latter. Been in corners slow, music down low. I'm just going with the flow. This dude staying gotta go. There he go. I raise extended pistols from my window. He's in the crowd of people, but I don't think I'm a miss though. Letting off shots, I'm watching bodies drop, but not stand. He's moving fast, gun raised up in his hand, he's blasting back. My body jerks back. Adrenaline pumping, I'm breathing funny, still dumping as the car speeds away. I sit back in my seat. Homies hype like me in love with the beef. My heart's erratic, I can't get a steady beat. Can you see me? I try to talk, but I can't. My shirt looks like it's covered in paint. I'm feeling faint, like heaven won't wait. I take my last breath that day. Funeral services proceed. My mama crying every day, nobody there to help her grieve. She wants to see me. But the choices that I made took my life. Spending way too much time on the opposite of right. So don't squander opportunity. It's your responsibility. Because you don't want to end up on the wrong side of history. Don't be me. Or you could end up like me. 18 years old, sitting in a jail cell and wondering one day, like, how did I get here? And then one day, being handed a 20-year sentence and being like, how am I gonna do that? And in that time, a lot of things happen. You learn, you grow, you digress, you reflect, you do all of these things, all hoping one day that you can do that shit that they just told you gotta do. And in it, a lot of change happens. You know, and in that time, I matured. I learned, I became a different person. I taught myself to be different on the back wall in a lot of times. You know what I mean? And I built community, and I did all these things, and my terminology and my language changed. It was no longer a reflection of who I used to be. It was all about what I was gonna do and the goals that I had and who I wanna be and the things that I wanna do. And at the time, I just wanted to live life to the fullest, whatever that means. Feel like I'm living out all of my dreams. And I wanna say things that I mean and not worry about the way that they seem. I want to be successful. I want to come to my senses about things that aren't helpful, then learn to forget them. Forget what it's like to be in prison. Always be around people that I love and forget what it's like to miss them. Yeah. And I want to tell a woman how I feel without creating distance. Show her how a man really treats a woman. And I want to shake hands with great men and rub elbows with the right people at black tie events. Learn the right way to vent. I want to bury my feet in the sands of a beach that no one else has ever been. I want to raise awareness. Become a loving parent to children who will never know what it's like to live poverty-stricken. Take a wad of cash everywhere I go and always leave not knowing where it went. I want to be free. Break chains that aren't seen, but they have to be there because they still weigh on me. I want to have courage. Give speeches that the world can feel and be an activist without getting murdered. I want to stop being scared. Backpack across the country with no gear. Temporarily shacking up with women with the intention of making me theirs, then leave without a glance. Knowing that if I ever went back, I'd be given a second chance. See, I want to be loved, pure and unconditionally. I want to date Taylor Swift, break up and let her write a song about me. Influence the world with my ways and actions. Be a model for the youth. I want to reach the minds and the hearts of everybody in the room. Touch them all to show and truth the truth. And I want to see my dad again. Let him know that him dying hurt me and I was mad at him. And yet he still helped me grow. I want to feel comfortable being alone. I want to dance like nobody's watching. Hit the mall and go in any store I want and never be watched while I'm shopping. I want to always be cocky, but for a reason. I want to eat nothing but a pretty girl for a weekend. Yes. Well, say that then. Get full off her sex. Be secure in my decisions no matter what happens next. And I want to be real, but without the nigga attached, because I want to change perception. Have an extremely bright future so I can always live in the present and laugh heartily at nothing. Make my mama proud of something. And I want to cry without feeling weak. and teach my little brother that the big brother he idolized ain't even the real me. I want to show that I've grown. I want to start fresh and on my own, but most importantly, I want to go home. And then one day it happens. You know what I mean? And I was just like out in the world though, like, damn. All that wishing and hoping and wanting and all them wanters that I had, boy, I'm about to do all that shit, boy, I'm telling you. And then I realized that, you know, I had made an esteem for myself. I built me, and then when I got out, I realized that nobody in the world gave a fuck about who I was. Not one single person. Everybody had their own agenda, their own opinion, their own view of me. And it was hard for me to find my way in for me. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, it was difficult. So difficult that at one point I wanted to go back to prison. I felt like if people didn't know who I was out here, they for sure know me in there. I'm like the president in that motherfucker. And I had to go back to my roots, so to speak. And I had to think about the community that I built. And since I don't have it, what did I do before I had it? And I wrote. No, we ain't have phones in the joint. If you did have a phone in the joint, you weren't allowed to have that shit. I'm just saying. But I had to talk to myself. Like, look, I got issues. I got troubles and bad points of views and demons that I'm fighting daily. Scars on my mind and on my heart and stab wounds on my back that's still bleeding that I've gathered over time. And I say I'm fine, but I lied, you know? Cried too many nights to feel like someone cared or I could troubleshoot my thinking, so drinking would be the route that I would choose or abuse, but instead I find steadiness from all these pen strokes. I turn to the page of the notes in my phone to find home. I write to find passion in my madness. I write to find compassion in the life that I used to live where seeing one image in another would be the last thing you want to do. And truthfully, I die without the cipher or ways to find freedom in my words because I don't speak much. And clarity with brevity still serves me, so, you know, painting through these rhymes makes me say a lot. No TikTok to find the community, and yet I scan faces. Looking for that sense of a bond, but looking for that sense of I'm sorry, you just made me laugh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be professional right now. Searching for that glimpse of a bond, but illusions make me find of isolation. Yearning to find placement, but fear of rejection brings me back to you, time after time. And when I'm lost and I look, I find reflections of a life scribbled beautifully in abandoned compositions where judgment falls solely on my shoulders and pain feels light. So I write for insights into the process of healing. And truly, I believe my abundance of dreams manifested in the craft I found while searching to a path to myself. And I can never stop because, honestly, this is the best thing for my health, to still and sit silently, pondering my purpose and worthiness and how I make it to the next day. The only way I get to play with no restrictions. And my convictions can't steal away the life I see embedded on the page. Peace, y'all.
Give it up for the black man. That's my brother right there, man. That's my brother. He used to be on the back wall, definitely on the back wall. We used to have to get him up off of there sometimes. Catch him eating them chocolate cookies all the time, y'all. He used to put chocolate. I used to be on him about the health stuff, right? Because we couldn't be poisoning ourselves. They was putting bad stuff in our body, a whole lot of soy. Y'all know soy stopped that testosterone. Just had dudes in the joint just breaking out all type of emotional, all type of trips, right? There's no enough testosterone for them or nothing. They just go crazy. I want to fight. I'm a gang member, right? You better, man, go eat some meat. But anyway, the thing is that, so I used to be on him tough though, and he didn't want to eat right. So he used to be hiding his cookies under the cover. He a deep brother. He deep like that. And he always been dropping dropping the pieces on me. Always been wild by his art, but why you hiding cookies under the cover, Black? It show you the dichotomy. We all got differences. Anyway, Mark, did we make enough room, or we need to make more room? Cause we got a full house, man. We got a nice, beautiful crowd, man. We got a nice, beautiful crowd, and we trying to create as much room as we possibly can. So it might be some changes to the room. We might ask for some shifting. We might ask this group to scoot up a little bit, but not now. But we may have to, just to create something in the back. We just did it here. So next up to the mic, we got somebody that's doing a lot of work. She is a poetry teacher, right? And she's in the juvenile detention centers working with the kids, teaching them the game, giving them up. I seen her, the first time I seen her was last summer. She was explosive, gave it up, had people crying. So I'm looking forward to getting her up here. You can catch her on a couple podcasts, right? She got a couple podcasts going on. Y'all want to get with her afterwards? I think it's 2 of them, and I hear that they tough stuff, man. So y'all want to get with her, get her contact, check her out, and without further ado, let's welcome Latisha Lashay.
Question, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me loud and clearly? All right, then I'm not going to use this microphone. Latisha was not... Do I have to? I'm going to use this microphone. So Latisha did not have enough time to memorize her poems. So please don't judge me. I'm really good, I promise. So this poem is called Real Love. Real love, I'm searching for that real love. Someone to take my heart in. Real love, I'm searching for that real love. It takes me back, like straight backs, like old school kickbacks, like 90s snapbacks and bucket hats, like my mother singing at the top of her lungs, grabbing my face, talking about real love. 90s gold tooth with the letter B for Bonita because she was a twin with black lipstick liner around her lips with latchkey braids. See, Mary J had a way to make black women feel good. See, black women never got to feel good, feel valued, know that they were valuable as long as the product gave out the best results to the consumer. See, dark women like her were always consumed, gobbled whole for the next nutritional value, never savored, always feasting like men after war. See, dark-skinned women were never allowed to be pretty, so they had to be smart. Real love, my mom looks at me and says, I used to have your shape. Real love, because girls her size and complexion were never a suggestion, but still demand their direction. Real love, forcing me to be a cheerleader to heal in her own childhood trauma. But what do you do when your daughter's a dyke? I watched my mom sing No More Drama with tears in her eyes. Mary, it was you and others like you having little black girls in grown women bodies crouch on the floor holding their chests crossed arm crying for the world to love them because they so love the world. And I'm searching for a real love and I don't know where to go. I've been around the world and high and low and still I never know. This is for the dark-skinned big black women who never got to be girls born from 1959 to 1975. Who grew up in a world that hated you. Our music had voices that looked like you, but back then no one cared that big black women needed love too. Real love, always searching for that real love. The world silenced you, but you guys are the reason that the 90s and 80s bloom. Blueprints to the culture, you designed it too. Seasoned it to the styles that became black aesthetics like K-Swifts and Go Hoops. Watching Halle Berry and Baps on repeat. My mother would hold my face and tell me how beautiful I was because the world would never stop telling silly how ugly she was. Black women have been making songs and movies to make themselves feel better, to be seen. I remember your smile as you sung, I'm fine, 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 fine. Ooh. Mary J., you be the commander-in-chief for a war waged against color girls. Bonita, my mother, fighting battles all her life that we confused her scars with pigment. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's my mother in a world that was forced to change. Bonita, real love.
No one ever gave you real love. Thank you. All right, okay. I only got a little bit of time. So, this is called, it's gonna make you uncomfortable, and it should, pussy. There we go. Niggas will kill for the pussy, pop pills for the pussy, shave his head, show some bread, let's make a deal with the pussy. See, pussy is what makes the world turn, and pussy we trust. Pussy will have you blindfolded in cuffs. See, pussy will have you laid on the bed, and pussy will call your bluff. Pussy sits in the corner and wonder if she's good enough. Pussy looks in the mirror using makeup to cover up the scars left from 3 nights ago. Pussy so innocent, pussy so ignorant, pussy naive, pussy thinks pussy can be anything other than pussy. Pussy taught in elementary that when he hits you, he likes you. Pussy is legal age, pussy is stumbling, pussy is tumbling, pussy is kinda coherent, so pussy's still good for something. Pussy cover your cups, pussy walk with your keys in your hands. Little vaginas forced to change your clothes whenever a man is around. A little vagina starts its period and told they're a pussy now. Pussy's right to her autonomy belongs to the male bloodhounds. Pussy gets married, pussy has kids, pussy lose identity, forget what pussy is. Men raise boys to chase pussy. We raise pussy to run, but not too fast. But if you get caught, that's pussy's fault. Pussy should know better. Pussy should fuck men, but not want to fuck men. Good pussy is submissive. Good pussy pays attention. Good pussy gets ran through with trauma and stays silent about it and still has dinner ready in the kitchen. Good pussy keeps her legs open and her mouth shut. Bad pussy says no. Bad pussy fights back. Bad pussy decides not to live a life like a victim. Bad pussy questions things. Bad pussy speaks up. Bad pussy throws hands with any man thinking pussy will give up. Bad pussy healing. Bad pussy feeling. Bad pussy loves herself now, so men make angry podcasts about how much pussy's winning. Okay. Bad pussy healing, bad pussy feeling, bad pussy loves herself so much that make men make angry podcasts because how much pussy's winning. I said all that wrong. I said I fucked that up. Bad pussy won't put up with that shit. They hate bad pussy because they can't have the bad bitch. All right. Oh, black men, you lack intersectionality. Let me ask you a question. When you say you want a submissive wife, who you think taught you that lesson? Nope. I'm open to theories and suggestions. It's just funny that the same black men walk listening to Tupac quote, keep your head up, ignoring his mother, Asante Shakur, telling black women how they are the problem. Black men with Malcolm X on their t-shirts like somehow they're connecting, ignoring the fact that black women are the most neglected, disrespected, and unprotected. I mean, honestly, where do I start? The death of a black man is the only time we march. See, your expectations for black women are unrealistic. You want a fat ass that she might not have, so she goes and gets it just so you can grab it, say that it's plastic. Now she's in a casket because the cost of perfection is death, and that shit is tragic. You don't want black women, you just want our magic. Always talking about being a leader with black men's wealth. Black men hate black women because they don't love themselves. Question, folk. If black men built America, who birthed it? The American flag covered in blood and amniotic fluid pulled from our hands out of our cervix. Black man's throne is made out of gold while ours is refurbished. You forgot we were slaves too. On those fields we were chained too. I get it. You forgot, oh shit. Steve Harvey telling women how to think like a man and act like a lady. You black men love that. I can see the Kevin Samuels in the back on their Fresh and Fit podcast get mad. Let me ask you a question. What color was the woman he was next to when he died? Because she sure wasn't black. Black women are the reason we have black gold. See, most black men are just white men on night mode. Black man cash with white man's checks. Walking around the plantation thinking he's the master's shadow when he's really the master's pet. Question, when did black men get the right to vote? 1870. Frederick Douglass quoted to Susan B. Anthony, white women have white men to vote for them and black women don't. And when he got his rights, that's when he fought for Susan. When did black women get their right to vote? 1965. See, that's where you lack intersection, because the truth is when blackness is in talk, somehow black women get left out of the question. Plight of the black man. I've been disrespected and hurt mostly by my own counterparts, but I still fight despite of the black man. Another question. What did that white man say to that black boy to convince him to hurt a black woman? To make more cattle for that cotton gin with his devil grin, what did that white man whisper in that black man's ear? I'll tell you, boy, she's just a negress. Her body belongs to you like you belong to me. Make her submissive, make her bend the knee. You the head nigger boy, you're the one to lead. You can try that with those white girls, but baby boy, you know better than that, because submission is the only thing that doesn't look good in black. It fascinates how the black men say they're emasculate while masquerade in master's ways as they move, walking with slave feet in master's shoes. Look at my pain, and look at my pain, as they would say. The patriarch was black, for black men was custom tailored. We burned cities for George Floyd and didn't bat an eye for Breonna Taylor. White daddy says, black boy, be strong, what docile wife. But remember, you're my bitch, so don't think twice. Can I do one more? Can I do one? Okay. This one is called Dance. We said we love you as our judgment was disguised as an aberration, joking at your expense because aren't black women the running punchline? You had moved so many bodies into love and rhythm, but never reciprocation. Whitney, you made one simple request. You wanted to dance with somebody who loves you. I wish I could have danced with you, holding you in my arms, creating a safe space on the dance floor, allowing you to be that young queer black woman in love. You were angel-shaped in human being. My little sister called me preacher, miner's a wife, so I was yours for the taking. Ever since the light shined on you, you've always had to hold your breath. Never having comfort, you were always waiting to exhale while your vocals breathe life into every soul. Oh, Whitney, may I call you Whitney? May I hold your hand and ask you to dance, to shield you from criticism and cloak you in gentleness, because pain is just love when held properly. I'd pick you up and spin you, although I'm pretty sure your feet would never touch the floor. I'd protect you from eyes that only saw you as meat. For selling, we would waltz into a smile, foxtrot into giggles, salsa into our hearts filled with joy. Oh, Whitney, you should not be dead. Bobby Christina should not be dead. This is what happens when little black girls are raised to be consumed instead of love. We made documentaries about you, shaming you, blaming you. All the while we were entertained from your downward spirals, even enjoying jokes made of you. You who made people feel like the impossible possible. Like a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. It's possible that we only saw your worth until you were broken and were damaged. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. They sucked you dry, but they could never leave you voiceless. It's impossible. Say you want to dance, don't you want to dance? Say you want to dance, don't you want to dance, Whitney? We promise to never let them speak on you in vain, to turn your name into a slur, to be praised and loved in the highest honor that we only reserve for black men like Prince and Michael Jackson. You deserve more than just roses. You deserve a garden, a greenhouse, a rainforest. You are the reason why the cage bird sung. I promise to not let this happen to Lizzo or Chloe Haley Bailey or SZA or Jasmine Sullivan or Summer Walker, Azalea Banks, Megan Thee Stallion. I promise we haven't given up on you, Nikki. I'm sorry, Little Kim, that we weren't there for you. Whitney Houston, I'm somebody that loves you. And when I get to meet you, I promise we will dance as much and as long as you want. The hard part isn't loving yourself. It's staying in love when the world tells you how much you should hate you. We watch you battle after battle, fight after fight, until you couldn't fight anymore. Your mind and body gets tired when you're the only soldier in a war waged against you. I stood in my living room, naked, listening to Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody. I spun around singing until I tripped over the table and smacked my left titty hard on the arm of the couch. I sat, laughing at myself, dancing with Whitney, dancing with somebody that loves her. Okay. Oh, get off? Okay.
Welcome to the back wall. Smoke. That was beautiful. Ain't it beautiful to see art uncuffed? That's when art is uncuffed, man. That's when you've been bound for so many years and you catch Blakk Sun and they finally let him off the chain and he get the rumbling like that, and then you let Latisha Lashay come off the chain like that. That's when art get uncuffed. That's when you get released. That don't just come from nowhere, that come from the bottom. I was just talking earlier today to talk about how when you pushed in the corner, it forced the best about you. You know what I mean? It's that trial, that tribulation, it just pulls something beautiful about you. And it's beautiful for us to be able to sit here and watch people express artistically. And it make you want to do your thing. That's how you get inspired. You want to do your thing. When you see them do their thing, you want to do your thing. And you might wait on tables, but you want to wait on them artistically and at the highest level when you see them do it. You know what I mean? When you get in your zone, you see somebody in their zone, it make you want to get in your zone. Let's go get in our zones. They got theirs from the bottom. Everybody don't got to go to prison to be great, right? But you got to be able to, and I was talking today, you gotta, the blessing come from the bottom, right? The blessing come through trial. There is no progress without struggle. That's Frederick Douglass, he said that. You can't progress if you ain't got some kind of struggle. But every struggle don't gotta be your own, right? You could live in Beverly Hills, but you better find a struggle to partner with, right? When you go alongside somebody and you take on their issues and their issues become your issues, you end the struggle. It's people in here like Jody and Kendra that wasn't in jail, but they was in jail because our problems turned into their problems, right? And so when we say everybody in here is coming from the back wall, I really mean that. Some of these people ain't been to jail. Like this next brother, he ain't been to jail, but he partnered with the bottom every day of his life, right? Whether he in the streets, in the hood, whether he dealing with the brothers from the joint, whether he building up HBC, he doing that. And we blessed to see him here for this minute. He all the way from Dayton, Ohio. We seen him on TEDx. He getting international, so get his autograph off him now because he might give it out for the low for free right now. Catch it, hold it on the low. When it pop up with it. And if it ain't for sale, come up. Say you got a scandal, you seen something about him, and we get some ET money up off of him or something. You feel me? So get his thing now. Tripp Fontane, y'all, let's go.
Move like it's no doubt. Hustle like it's no droughts. Hoodies in the summer, heater closer when it's cold out. Remember riding pine, now we ball like it's a blowout. Remember riding pine, now we ball. When COVID hit, the show stopped. I had put pounds in my Honda. Hand to hand, the heavyweight, my bust down on E-Honda. I remind you of a street fighter the way I clawed at them trenches, no button mashing. I stuck to the code, combo extended, yeah. Double or nothing, we always even the odds. I'm gambit off of the gamble. Stack deck, but we control the cards. When undrafted, wasn't no lights on us. A scholar without the ship, they never put a fair price on us. So every wave I caught was mine, a Poseidon the point. A paddleboard in the Lord gave me mine to anoint. I'm a fisher of men for real, just know my sharks eating. Blood in the water, I'm Moses whenever niggas beefing. Cause I feel like I'm too old to still be losing niggas. This shit confusing, the habit's proven the Rubik's niggas. The game changing, most of these squares twisted. But the case is still pending, so we don't speak on specifics. Now I'm having tea with my shooters discussing peace. And PTSD and how we don't rest when we sleep. I got niggas with master's degrees and mastering keys. Cause making it out the hood don't mean the habit to leave. But praise be to the block, I know my hood religious. It's prayers to pipe dreams in the streets, it ain't no difference. I paid tithes off my flips, I guess the pack was blessed. I'm back obsessed with stacks to press and pip to level half the stress. Never felt pressure like I feel it now. That's when my shooting average rise. I let any defender feel around. Far as Mary go, y'all not fucking with the kid. Covenant with my sphere, no crossing sides where we live. We just move like it's no doubt. Hustle like it's no droughts. Hoodies in the summer, keep it closer when the cold out. Remember riding pine, now we ball like it's a blowout. Remember riding pine, now we ball. Columbus, y'all decent? Cool. I had to shake my shit off. It's been a while. So I'm gonna do some talking real quick, And I'm gonna go ahead and get through the rest of my set. I wore a lot of clothes, and it is hot up here, my nigga. You know what I mean? I should have brought like a little church towel or something. But real quick, it's actually been an honor to work with HBC, man. I really got to see this whole thing develop like in real time. HBC, if any of y'all don't know, actually functioned inside of prisons before this became a thing. And unfortunately, they were removed from that prison. And the entire operation, like the community center they were working out of, got shut down. And so at that point, they had to figure out how to exist outside of the prison and still be effective. I don't know who the hell told them to call. Y'all knocking shit over in the back. Niggas ain't got insurance, man. This is a hookup. We gonna move the fuck out the way. Scott was gracious with this shit, nigga. Don't do that. I don't even know how they found me, dog, but they called me, man. I'm playing. Kendra and I actually had a long ass conversation over coffee. That was about everything but business. It was really about how this thing affects me, and I can guarantee if you black, this shit affects you too, because that's what it means to be black in America. Is that somebody in your family in jail, or somebody been to jail, or somebody gonna go to jail. Those are the unfortunate statistics that are stacked against us. You feel me? So this work was personal. And to really work with Blakk, to work with Poo, man, to work with the entire team, and see that freedom, and hear the testimonies, and hear the consistency of the story that they told, not just about HBC, but about the work Kendra was putting in specifically, and how she championed the cause for them, and gave them the space to exist and make something for themselves. They already made something of themselves, bro. I don't like how we look at people who've been in the system like you got to come out and make something of yourself. They're a fucking human being. They already made something of themselves. You feel me? But like she gave them a space to make their own, and this is that, bro. And I'm honestly proud of y'all, bro. I really am. From sitting in meetings and shit, tossing ideas on the whiteboard, to people really sitting in the room for this thing that y'all thought of, bro. So congratulations, HBC. Congratulations. To the organization, congratulations to the back wall. Y'all really pulled this shit off. So I'm gonna do some poems, like 2.5, and then I'm gonna sit down. If that's cool, say that's cool. Some of y'all looked me in my eye and didn't say shit. I can see on both sides of the room, goddammit. Only y'all don't see everybody, nigga. I see y'all. If that's cool, say that's cool. God damn, nigga, this cord long as fuck. I'll come where you at. I'll be right over there. We can skip the small talk, even if we don't talk often. I'd rather sit in silence, rather know about your wounds. I'd rather know how your heart has been hardened. And I want to know if you find it hard to cope with your deep cuts, or do you cover them? Do you feed fuel to your fires, or do you smother them? Your demons, family, friends, or did you find them yourself? Is there anything I could do to help? Shit, are you actively healing or just hoping? I ain't no doctor, but I know honesty helps. Can we get open? What's better than real? I ain't no pump faker. If I'm gonna shoot the breeze, I'm pulling up from deep. We can lay up later. Let's talk chains. You don't wear jewelry, so we'll keep you enslaved. Are your sins deadly as 7 with your week like these days? You be into time, I'm talking divine, cause I never clock watch. It only keep running when you stop watch. We can skip the small talk, even if we don't speak often. I'd rather sit in silence. We can skip the small talk, even if we don't speak often. I'd rather sit in silence. No, acceptance ain't easy, and forgiveness is hard. I know silence is gold, but healing is God. So we can skip the small talk, even if we don't speak often. And if we don't speak often, we can cut the small talk, even if we don't talk often. Shit, I prefer peace. If there's a universe inside you, that means there's plenty of space to get lost in. So how much atmosphere do you need, and where your loyalty lie? Do you be fucking around on you? Letting how you fuck with others be more important than you? Shit, how you dance when you ain't snapping? Is you just as proud of yourself when they ain't clapping? And do you give yourself the love you say you show to them people that never show it back? If so, then how you know it's that? Or do you raise your spirits on the praise of others? Do you believe that we're connected, just reflections of each other? What be in your mind's kitchen? I'm asking, what kind of thought you whipping? A recipe for disaster, still technically home cooking? Let's be organic. If you expect us to be rooted, it's gonna take some dirt moving. Is you trying to get these seeds planted? Of course I'm digging. Until we reach the spirit and see that there's no difference. We all pals of decisions. I'm asking you what I ask of myself. Trying to see beyond a mask, I Paul Lawrence myself. Just listen. Small talk, even if we don't speak often. Because I'd rather sit in silence. We can skip the small talk, even if we don't speak often. I'd rather sit in silence. No acceptance ain't easy, and forgiveness is hard. Yeah, I know silence is gold, but healing is God. So we can skip the small talk, even if we don't speak often. And if we don't speak often. In real life. Like I said, I ain't gonna talk too much, but I am gonna talk a little bit. America's headed towards some interesting times, bro. Like, we haven't seen the worst of what's to come. And I only say that to say that a lot of what we chase is material based, right? Us as black folk, we chasing a lot of material shit. And this is beyond the consumerism. I mean material like anything flesh-based. Status, that's material. Your job is material. The neighborhood you think is safer than the one you come from, that's material, you feel me? Black folks specifically, and white folks in earshot, because I want you to hear this shit too, there's no way for us to outperform systemic oppression, okay? And if America gets worse, then that means that the people that they marginalize feel more pressure, okay? Because they have to marginalize those people to insulate themselves. That's what the margins are for, right? So the thing that we're headed toward, you being a hustler or you not sleeping and shit like that, that's not gonna help. You moving to the neighborhood and sending your kids to the school, that shit not gonna help. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a different set of values to stand on. Like, yeah, my nigga, you could have 3 properties to flip, or you could have peace, you could have healing, you could have harmony, you know what I'm saying, with your neighbor, you feel me? We gotta chase different shit. We gotta stand on different values to weather what's coming, bro. Like, and I'm not talking about like on no fake deep shit. Like, if you just read like one article past what they tell you on the news, you'll realize shit is like way more fucked up than what they telling you. They telling you just a little bit of a long ass story. All right, the shit that we experiencing now, this is not the recession. This is not the housing adjustment. This is not the crisis. Like, the mass eviction and shit is still happening like right now, and that shit not on the news. And guess who's facing the brunt of that? Black women, which is why you're not hearing about it. Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, we got to do some different shit. We got to stop arguing about who's splitting rent, who paying the bills, $200 dates and shit like that. You know what I mean? We really got to buckle down. I'm gonna finish this set out. Let's get it. Where we come from, Big Mama make a competition out of Sunday service. She feel like if she asks the right questions at every Bible study, and she pull up early to every stewardess meeting, and she auditioned well enough to get every first Sunday solo, that she could belt an alto encoded message to the Most High's main line, asking that her grandson not be the next passenger on that low swinging chariot. Nigga, I'm from the ghetto. With a shine of pinky rings and gold teeth, provide rays of hope for disenfranchised youth, the dope man, my local hero. Even when he make evil layers out of homes and villains out of parents that come on over here and tie my arm up, baby. Now go on in the other room while mama take her medicine. Future siblings will be birthed from a lack of funds and a means to still get high. So whether you using it or you pitching it, the habit always become just as close as your kin is. These buildings used to be abandoned, but they still got tenants. As long as they got functioning kitchens, fiends will claw their itches with the fine points of stolen needles. Refrigerators remain barren of sustenance, but laced with substance abuse. So your fix gonna be fixed so tightly the habit will never be broken. Again, if you can't take the heat, then stand your punk ass outside and watch for the cops. Nigga, this is the ghetto, where survival of the fittest ain't never been so literal. And selection, never been so unnatural. Darwin probably flipping in his grave right now. At the sight of these Olympians draped in urban clothing, see, everybody gotta be fast here. So as children, we train. On playground battlefields to the cadence of ready, set, run like your life depended on it, because one day your life may be dependent on it. Everybody gotta be fast here. faster than the speed of, slow down. I think that's that nigga right there. Faster than the time it take to push back a minivan door, faster than 600 rounds a minute, ricocheting off project building, ricocheting off parked car, ricocheting into little boy's bedroom window. He was not fast enough. Everybody just hopes to be fast here, but death and prison still tied for the most gold medals. This is the ghetto, where gentrification gonna keep us at least 3 blocks outside the American dream. And welfare and EBT couldn't afford us a luxury. If they sold them in stock instead, we gon' sprint on concrete treadmills, chasing after black American nightmares. You know, even if we was actually getting somewhere, yellow tape the only promising finish line for running the streets, and there's a lot of yellow tape here, nigga. Never any first 48s, we stick to a G code, we don't snitch, it's just cold case here. You know, all we know is judgment, right? Judgment, what he said when he called us animals too. Because either you gonna be a lion there, or you might end up the next motherfucker lion there. This is the ghetto, where the media shows the casualties of America's most uncivil war through night vision lenses and Molotov camera flashes. We've been in a fucking epidemic. But to them, we just another episode. Outsiders tune in nightly to watch us sling rocks through our glass house hallways because misery love company. And news companies love misery. The struggle is so addictive. The difference is you get to change the channel when shit get a little too real. Them stories never hit us close to home because it's always our homes hit. In the ghetto, in peace. Ooh, get this last one in. Like cottonmouth and shit. The weed was a little stronger than I intended before I slid through. You know, cause you know you got your usual that you just habitually roll up. And this nigga said it was gas, but you know everybody say that. It was. You ever had some weed so good you had to call the nigga back? I left this nigga a Yelp review. I don't even think I'm supposed to do that. I hope don't nobody pull up on him. I put his hood name. I didn't put his real name. You know, if it's a good weed man, you don't ever know that nigga real name. And you don't ever pull up to the house neither. The nigga meet you in the parking lot of a store and shit. I should have known it was gas then. For the people that don't smoke, what I'm saying is I had very, very high quality marijuana. And one of the side effects is dry mouth, all right? I know some folks, I was losing it. I was losing it. All right, we'll get this last piece in. I'll help out y'all's way. Man, before I leave, I want to say that the words actually is what kept me out of jail in real life. Like, nigga, I was facing charges, like for not for no shit that I could have got caught for, thank God. But yeah, I was actually facing 3 years in jail, man. But they thought I spoke so well that I couldn't have did what was accused of me. And I know for a fact, for those of us who do not have the ability or the opportunity to articulate, it could be detrimental. And that's why spaces like these are actually important, and that's why this work is important to me, because I know that the 3 years they tried to give me for some fucking graffiti would have changed my life forever. Like the trumped up charges that they gave so many other motherfuckers changed their lives forever. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this last piece, and I'm gonna slide out y'all's way. I'm gonna probably say some other shit, and then I'm gonna slide out y'all's way. I said I wasn't gonna talk a lot, and believe me, this is not a lot. I really be going on whole rants during sets, my nigga, but let's do it. Y'all know the words to this song, fuck with me, because I got cotton mouth, like, so y'all gotta help me. If you don't have rhythm, don't snap, okay? That's the deal we gonna make. I'm not gonna be presumptuous, because it looked like some white folks that in here was around when the cocaine was pure, and I know y'all can dance, okay? So I'm just saying, if you don't have rhythm, just don't snap, just sing with us. Y'all ready? Okay, I got my water right here. I did come prepared. That's how I know it's the weed, because I kept sipping this shit. I'm like, God damn, nigga, what's going on? I feel my lips curling inside my mouth and shit. Bad Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I still wish I was a kid again. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I still wish I was a... Now everybody say, I remember way back when. Everybody say, I remember way back when. Everybody say, I remember way back when. Back in the day, according to Mr. Anderson, my 7th grade health teacher, puberty take place between 10 and 15 years old, and it lasts like 2 to 5 years, but he said it's different for some people. And never in my life had I heard something so stupid, so with all the black my power could muster, my hand sliced through the air. I ain't even wait on him to call on me. I just yelled, Mr. Anderson! If that's true, then how black boys become men so fast? And why our mamas gotta shop for playpens and plots at the same time? And how adolescence always a blur, a lightning bug, a flash, you know, school photos, flash, mugshot, flash, gun barrel, flash. I mean, how innocence deserve black boys before a crime ever committed? And I know it's not math class, but how does black plus boy always equal guilty? Mr. Anderson, should we feel guilty for growing up? And if that's the case, then when did growth defraud so many steps anyway? Or it's like puberty a warning or something? Pimples, just practice for hanging our heads in shame and being seen as little as possible? Because you know every time something pop, they always come looking for us. And as cracked voices are reminded to speak with impassiveness, as much silence as possible, because you know no matter the intended tone, it'll always be seen as thunder, as monster, as collision course. You know the deeper your voice, the more man you are. And the more man, more malignant. And God forbid we grow, right? A dick big enough to fuck the world back. Ain't that still a buck, Mr. Anderson? And ain't black bodies still trophies? God forbid we grow fast enough to run and limp off your plantation and still march into your battlefield and still crash into your stereotype. Mr. Anderson, why black boys' fate always so cruel? And how come we ain't allowed to write our own stories yet? Unless they in cursive, a curving rope, coerced into a noose, cinching black and boy together. I mean, boy ain't enough, Mr. Anderson. Demean ain't enough. How come we gotta be demons too? Oh, is that why we pray, Mr. Anderson? Prayed on and prayed for? Prayers that skin ripe and black enough to be shining armor, because you know boys ain't never been bulletproof, but we still proof enough, ain't we? That malice and fear from misfire may break bones, but puberty gonna change us forever, ain't it? He said, puberty typically takes place between 10 and 15, and it lasts 2 to 5 years, but you know it's just different for some people. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I still wish I was a kid again. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not anymore. Some days I still wish I was a... Now everybody say, I remember way back when. Everybody say, I remember way back when. Everybody say, I remember way back when. Back in the day. All right, before I get out of here, bruh, because like I said, man, the poetry shit cool. The work is what matter. This is testimony. This is not the trial, which y'all getting up here. This is the conclusion of work and not the work itself. Ages 15 to 34, the number one cause of death for black males is homicide. 15. That's not whether you're an honor roll student. That ain't whether you're an athlete or not. That ain't whether your parents actually did manage to move and send you to the different school. That's just 15 to 34. So from the time the nigga voice start to crack and he get hair under his arms to the time most of us would imagine, if we can even imagine that far, that we would have been settled down with a wife and kids, the number one cause of death. So when I say we gotta like prioritize different shit, your health being the first thing. Amen. You all right? Okay. Let's do this. How many folks in here done lost somebody on some hood shit? You know what I'm talking about. It ain't even gotta be gun violence. It's on some hood shit. That's not normal. It may be normal where you come from. It may have been made normal in your life, bro. That shit not normal, cuz. We hear the gunshots in our neighborhood and don't even think about if anybody got hit anymore. You hear the ambulance ride by, you don't even think if the motherfucker inside okay no more. That shit not normal. Some of y'all niggas can't even cry no more, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like you done lost your ability to really tap into some shit that's normal when you lose somebody. The only thing we be knowing how to do as black folk, because of the position that we put in, is move forward. I'm telling y'all, we're bleeding out. At some point, we have to stop and assess the situation. Like, bro, we be talking about our own oppression like it's not still active. Like, nigga, we oppressed in real time. That's not some shit that stopped. Like, the war on drugs, bro, I'm only 32. I was alive, bro. I got multiple cousins still in jail from that shit. The only reason I wasn't is because I spoke well and I was too little, my nigga. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was in the house when the shit went down. You know, they lock kids up too, dog. You know what I mean? So, like, when I say, again, I ain't trying to, like, take up the whole time of the event and shit like that, but when I say we legitimately have to prioritize different shit, it can't just be gestures no more. You know what I'm saying? It's more black people in jail than it is people in Columbus. You feel me? Like, well, they may have outgrown it now because Columbus growing fast as fuck. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's like more black people in jail right now than it is people in Columbus. It's like a large city's worth. You feel me? So like we're not free is essentially what I'm getting at here. I know you enjoy your privileges and shit out here, but privilege is not freedom. Privilege is assigned to you. And if it could be assigned to you, then it could be taken away. Okay, they gave niggas some new privileges by letting us live where white people live, by letting us go to school where they go, but we not free, cuz. You know what I mean? Like, and that false sense of exceptionalism, like you the one nigga, that's not real neither. You feel me? You making it out don't do shit for the community. But it costs the community for you to make it out. You know what I'm saying? So again, like if you fucking with the testimony, not just of me, of the artists that you hearing here, of the other artists you're gonna continue to hear tonight, bruh, don't just walk out this bitch and do the same shit you was doing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Don't walk out here the same person you was when you came in. You feel me? Like these testimonies from real things, my nigga. Like last bit, and I'm gonna get out of here. But like when my nigga said prison keep you stagnant, bro, my cousin did 18. This nigga came out calling it the YouTube. Couldn't figure out how to apply for a job because he ain't know how to use email. Because the nigga didn't know how to use a computer, you feel me? Like, that's what that shit do to you. Like, and you got motherfuckers here who managed to create a space to evolve beyond what those walls are supposed to do to you. So when I'm really telling you, like, not to leave here the same individual, bro, you seeing, like, these people rehabilitated themselves. That's not what prison does. And as long as we got 1 million motherfuckers behind bars, then that's the weak link in the chain. That's where we start the work. It ain't you being able to talk and wear your hair how you want in your corporate ass job. You feel me? Like no disrespect to nobody, you feel me? Like, but like you living good. You got benefits, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta start with the weak link in the chain, and the weak link is what they doing to us via the penal system. But I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's other poets that's supposed to be going. Bring my host back up, man. Y'all give it up for Pooh coming back to the stage one time. I'm out. I get passionate about this shit. My bad.
Great job. They from the back wall. Hey, we ain't stopping. We ain't stopping. We stopping. We in the moment, y'all. Stay here. Stay here. We got here in the beginning. Stay here. Listen. We just came from Dayton. We going a little bit farther down to Cincinnati. This next poet, nice. SOS Cincinnati Arts Coalition just published her in the book, a book of poems. The 2022 edition of their book. You gotta check her out. She a beast too. She was at our last show. She did her thing, and I think she just been growing since then. Let's welcome Fresh, the poet, Hughes.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me? All right, that's good. First, thank y'all for having me. I'm gonna just get straight into the poems. I'm not much of a speaker, I guess you could say. From a cage to a stage, I can't complain. From a distant view, 6 years ain't leave a stain. What it did was make me change, be a little smarter about things, work harder for what I want, stop trying to fix who I ain't break. Every opportunity that finds me, every chance I must take. For my people who got talent, but these chances ain't on they plate. I don't eat cow or pork, but for them, I take the steak. We was together with no water. Wash our 3 shirts out in the sink, let that sink in. And as it simmers, depression begins. For a while, I wanted revenge. Take them out, the end. That's that piece. This next piece is called Inadequate. Sometimes I act like the sky's falling, like I'm running out of time. I just need a peace of mind. That's probably why they gave me time. I mean, never mind the fact I did a crime. Just get myself in line, but I'm never parallel to what I'm supposed to do. And I know they see my wrongs, but I guess I'm unapproachable. Or maybe they know that either way, I'ma do what I wanna do. They say the sky's the limit, but Joy said it's the sun and moon. You come too, but it's too far. And I know it's gonna happen, but I'm never ready for the depart. I try to do what's best, but don't wanna do what is too hard. But the easy way isn't always what you thought. A penny for your thoughts. Basically, do you comprehend? I don't talk to hear myself say something if you don't understand. Too many sit in silence and their excuses because they're ignorance. But I see through fake innocence. My niggas shoot around, but I won't claim to an assist. And you could tell me that you hard, but I'm not the one you must convince. Tell it to that woman you want to lay down, or tell it to that entourage you hang around. I've been through a lot, but at the end of the day, I can't frown. Some look at prison as locked in, others as a way out. I weigh out the consequences to my actions, but I still do what's wrong, because while I do it, it's relaxing. I burnt a lot of bridges, ain't no phoenix in these ashes. Actually, let me elaborate. I will fuck your mind and will feel better than when you masturbate, I have to say. I'm absolutely astonished with the way of things. Everybody wants the ball, but never made it to the Sweet 16. LeBron bought all his life and still took forever to get a ring, but I guess it doesn't matter, because y'all still consider him a king. So do y'all still consider me a queen? Inadequate. This last piece I'm gonna do for y'all is a piece that he mentioned that I got published into a book. So I'm gonna do that for y'all. They tried to say that racism is dead. They lied. Cost of being black, some people paying with their lives. If I vow for peace, will it make a difference when I die? Probably not if I ain't rich, because they don't listen to deprive. You gotta open up your eyes to see that these are the times. Never wanted us to read, now we can read between the lines more than they can define, because who are you to decide? Being black is not easy, but I wear this skin with pride still. Tears in our eyes, but don't let that be deceptive. My culture acting crazy because we tired of the rejection, and we fight for our rights. They try and alter our perception. Get on the ground with us so you can see from our perspective that we in a world of judgment by society or judges, black, white, gay, ugly, trying to dictate who we love, and we just got to stick together, put it out there in the public, and educate ourselves, because what they tell us can't be trusted. My life matters. That's that piece. Thank y'all.
We almost there. We almost to the open mic. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We gonna open the mic up and somebody getting up here. Y'all heard Tripp? He'll come out there. The quarry. All right, we had our last scheduled poet of the night, and then it's on to y'all when we crack the mic open. This brother. This brother is near and dear to me. A real artist that love art and do art and express his life in art in so many different ways. And his art was cuffed up. And he was just recently released about 6 months ago. Been off to the races. And he called himself a threat. He a threat to every oppressive institution that's been trying to hold his life back. And now he able to really express that threat and violently try to shatter all those walls that's been holding him. And he been doing it. He been holding up to it. So I'm just pleased that he finally home. Y'all welcome me because he been home. because he just came home and welcomed me because he coming to the stage too. So give a warm round of applause, man, for Tronee Threat.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Feel good to see y'all, man. Feel good to be here tonight. Before I begin, a couple of weeks ago, I did this event called the Finally Made It Wine Taster down in Yellow Springs. And it was a 3-hour event of me speaking to the people about what led up to me going to prison, what I learned while I was in prison, and what they can do to assist in abolishing the prison system. It was just a dialogue, an interactive concert. And we put that down for 3 hours, and I had a team of people with me. So before I continue on with this set, I just want to pay some homage and respect to the two of the brothers that was there, that came through last minute, didn't ask for nothing. It was all love, you know what I mean? So my first brother, Tyrone T-Mac Davis, I got a present up here for you. Come up here and get this bottle, bro. Yeah. Blakk Sun walked through the door, and I handed him the mic, and I was like, hey, I need you to be the MC tonight. Just like that. And he was like, all right. He ain't say nothing else. He just got to work. So Blakk Sun, wherever you at, man, come get your bottle, bro. That's for you. Light out. Light. Peace, peace. It's all good. Yeah. Excuse me real quick. So Tronee Threat my name. And truthfully, I think that the team at HBC either loves me or hates me on a higher level than I know, because I ain't no poet. I don't do spoken word. And the people that was up here tonight, Latisha and Tripp and Fresh and all, whee! But check this out. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stand on my circle. I'm gonna hold it down. So check this out. How many of y'all in here seen my second to latest video, Do It? Show of hands. Thank you, for sure. So I got this song called Do It. And when I dropped the video, people were mad. They was upset with the video. Like, I was getting text in my Facebook like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why would you put a video out like that? Why would you say those things? And I'm a fitness instructor, and one of my clients, she texts me and she's like, this doesn't have anything to do with health and strengthening your muscles and stuff like that. And I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with fitness, right? So people was upset. And my sister said she was watching it and she was upset, but she said she was locked in. And they was getting these emotions and these feelings, right? Because the video had these deep, dark scenes in it from the night that I committed the crime that landed me in prison for 11 and a half years, right? So, I dropped the Do It video, and people was asking where God at in your music. They might as well been asking me where the facade at in your music. How I'm gonna paint a pretty visual out of some ugly shit? Nah, I'm gonna give it to you raw and visceral, like it was and shit. Yeah. People want to ISO me like they ISO Jesus, like they can't imagine dragons with his passion, like Christ never rode with heathens. See, I got to be on my best behavior. Always keep a smile on my face. I can't tell these stories to my neighbors about how I kept that cowl on my waist. How the fuck do you think I ended up in prison? I told you that I did 11 years. Oh, I know. It's the fear of the maybe, thinking it'll be a oops, I did it again. Britney Spears. But my life ain't Walt Disney, and I am not from Yellow Springs. I don't have the luxury of fucking up again. I got 2 daughters, one with my disconnecting ego. The other one look just like me. I call it twin. So you ain't got to worry about that, but don't box me in, because 9 times out of 10, if I do go back, it'll be about them. See, I had to learn how to control him and not be so impulsive. Move with chess-like strategies to avoid taking costly losses. Part of me is tailor-made for the court of office, like the biggest bosses, Elon Musk, Jay-Z, and Rick Ross is, while the inner side of me is an indestructible force like the Hawk is. See, that's a side of me you don't want to see. And I don't either. So I pray religiously. 7 times a day, I take 700 milligrams of Jesus. You don't want to catch me when I'm off my meds. Saying the wrong thing to me and get you put to bed, I be on edge. But yeah, watch and listen closely to the words that were said. That was me in the car. That was what I heard in my head. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, peace. So yeah, real talk. So I did it. Then I did my time in prison, and I got out. And when I got out, I moved straight to Yellow Springs, Ohio. I'm from Columbus. I moved to Yellow Springs, Ohio. Population of 3,000. That's it. And one day, when I got out, see, I ain't had no car, right? I got out, I ain't had no car, so I'm walking around trying to find my way around, and it's a small city, but it was so big, right? Because I'm used to being inside of a fence, right? So this walking around was like, damn, how am I gonna navigate? Oh, I got this phone, but I don't even know how to use the GPS on it, because I ain't been around no phone. So I was walking up the street, and I seen this man, and he was like, what's up? And I'm like, what's up, man? I'm looking for the Antioch College. You know where it's at? He like, yeah, you go up the street, boom, 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 make a left. So I started walking away, like, peace, bro, thanks. He's like, hey. And this was a black man. He said, hey. I turned around, he said, hey, what are you doing here? So I gave him a short answer, like, you know, about to move down here, I'm going to school, da-da-da-da-da. He said, where you from? I said, Columbus, but I'm living here now. He's like, all right, but check this out. Remember, we still us, and they still them. I was like, damn, bro, why you say that, man? Like it was like a real get out moment for me. Like, I'm like, damn, like, why you say that? Then I'm walking up the street one day, and a friend or someone who I'm building a relationship, she stopped me. She's like, man, I was just thinking about you. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you about to go to that school, right? I'm like, yeah. She was like, I want to talk to you later on, but I'm going to leave you with this. They going to take everything from you, and they ain't going to give you nothing. I'm like, what the why is everybody doing this to me, right? But I had to take it in. So I thought about it from where I was coming from and what I'm on, and I said what he said. Remember, we still us and they still them. Precautionary words spoken by a cautious black man. They gonna take everything from you, ain't gonna give you nothing. More premonitions coming from a black woman. I'm just a drip of blackness and a pool of whiteness. Foolish, cuz I ain't frightened, not in the slightest. I remember what it said in Psalm 91. Y'all gonna make me quote the Bible from a heathen tongue? 1,000 falling at my left hand, I won't be touched. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing to me. I promise this ain't luck. 10,000 falling on my right hand, I'm standing up. I ain't one of the uneducated that be getting fucked. I've been getting paid for every show. I ain't been home 6 months. They ain't put the work in, so I wouldn't get them $6. But it's bigger fish to fry. I want the whole whale. I want the heavyweight. Yeah, break the whole scale. Let's get it wholesale. Nah, matter of fact, let me buy the plug till I'm the plug. Like I'm supplying drugs, so I'm ready to die. That's why I act this way. I ain't no slave no more. I ain't Cassius Clay. Nah, I'm Ali. Boombaye. I float like a butterfly, sting like a ray. I got soul in my soul, make me sing like Ray. Long behold, bigger goal, but the hard work pay. I needed a donor. I was on that waiting list, keep stages lit. Y'all don't know how long I had to wait for this. I prayed for this. I ate the shit. I breathed it and I bleed it. My eyes leaking. I was in hell 500 weekends. And I could hear the rats squeaking, creeping in the walls. My hands dipping in the bucket, squeezing water out my drawers. So I've been cleaning spirits out my closet. I got demons, y'all. I closed my eyes. Hope I died. I didn't want to see no more. Now in hindsight, I thought that I had seen it all. But it was God's plan, not mine. Felt a hand on my shoulder, said, you're not dead, still got time. It's not over. Another struggle, another hotline. You've been chosen. More money, more problems, you gonna have that. More tokens, more almonds, go where the bag at. Go nuts like almonds and shine like baguettes. It's gonna be a lot of VVs in your future, son, because you the one. You're gonna lose a lot of sleep because you get it done. You're gonna reach the highest speeds, gonna have some hits and runs, but you will never crash, because I'm gonna clear your path. You're gonna buy your mom a house and take care of your dad. Make your godmama proud before her days is last. Hey, you gonna get your ass kicked, and you gonna kick some ass. You gonna get your ass kissed, so tell them, kiss your ass. This my gift to you, Holy Ghost, from Christmas past. I'm just gonna talk to y'all on this one, right? It's just me and my thoughts. What I did is I thought about that 360, right, or that 180. I mean, I was talking to this guy in prison, and he said he had did like 30 years, and he had told, he was sitting with his grandchildren, and he told them, like, yeah, I used to be in prison. But he had been out putting in so much time with them, and they saw him in such a light. They like, man, get out of here. He ain't never been in prison. He like, nah, I did 30 years. And what they saw in their grandfather was a whole human being, right? One that had been nurturing them, one that had been providing for them, just loving on them. And they ain't seen none of that ugliness in them, right? And not to say that because y'all know, I ain't even gotta say that. We ain't ugly because we went to prison. It's just the stigma, right? Even for children and people who are uneducated and don't know, right? So to tell this story, like, of who I am now, even though I'm cut from a certain cloth, and I'm proud of that, right? I'm proud of the struggle. I'm proud of the vices. I'm proud of the thorns, right? Because I got a lot of victories on top of these losses. Literally, they on top of the losses now, right? So I got those victories to hold on to. And it's gonna come a day and time where I'm gonna have to remind somebody again of who I was, if needed be. But they gonna see a different side of me. And I'm gonna use this as a marker or a way to tell this story.
We supposed to fight over a bitch? I think you need to watch who you calling a bitch, partner. Yeah, and I think you better watch who the fuck you...
Yeah, that's what he had said to me, right? Like, you was at my bitch, and I'm like, well, we supposed to fight over a bitch? I was 15. 10 years later, landed me up in that prison because I was busting from the trauma that came to my head, and it blurred my vision. But while I was in there, I started to learn my identity, and I got straight. I know there's a few brothers in here and sisters that can relate, because even though we show up late, God be right on time. So when I came out of prison, I had some new things on my mind. I had a new grind and a new way to shine. And I was gonna use that story to tell about how we gonna do new things with the time. You feel me?
I had the dope ride, but I was sitting on some bullshit. I needed some rims bad. and I knew just how to get them.
Yeah, I did know how to get those ribs. Because during the pandemic, I got certified in prison in personal fitness. See, I'm a rapper for real. I just like to work out, but I knew that I could turn that into a business. So as soon as I got out, I told y'all I moved to Yellow Springs, right? I got right on at the Antioch College as an independent contractor. And I had a whole lot of people that had my back like a chiropractor. Yeah. Picture me rolling, y'all. Y'all see it? Computer love, yeah. Hey. Sun shining, yeah. Feel good. Cause I was walking when I first got to Yellow Springs. But I started building relationships and resources, and now I know my haters is livid. Cause just this Monday, I wanna cop me a 2018 cherry red Honda LX Civic, rolling 50,000 miles, and I got that baked from the loan. But I'm always gonna give a shout out to all my people, cause I ain't do it on my own. Cornerstones, rolling, holding strong, pockets is fat, and I'm legit. I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling like I'm the shit.
Look at him, man. Now that you not to jump about 2 weeks, don't you think it's about time you gave me my money?
You exactly right, bro. I do owe you some guap. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry for that time that I took you up top. See, that's how I was living. And I was about to go to prison, so I just had to go get it. So check this out. Take this mitt, put it in your hand, and when you take that, I'm also asking for your forgiveness. I'm asking that you build with me. I'm asking that you heal with me. I'm asking when I keep it real with you, that you keep it real with me. Because I don't want no bad blood between us. We black excellence, and I mean this, for sure. For sure. Love you, bro.
You owe me some money, motherfucker!
Hell nah, but here you go. Cause I ain't about to die over nothing. No chain, no watch. I done did all that. I done made it off the block. You feel me? And I know some people gonna be shocked that they might see me like, yo, bro, put down that clock, and yo, bro, go get your education, and yo, bro, all this mandatory time wasting and how you facing time, man. Man, listen, I done did that. I had my penance. I'm changed, man. It's Tronee Threat, but I'm no longer a menace. Peace.
Let's give it up for the lineup, y'all. Blakk Sun blessed us. Lashay blessed us. Tripp blessed us. Fresh blessed us. Tronee blessed us. Now it's our time to bless us. So we got the open mic popping. We already got some people lined up. If you want to get lined up, get in line. When I get off, come tell me the name and we coming up. We're going to keep it flowing. And I'm just picking names, no order. Let's go with the kid with the mallet, Kendall Mallet. Let's go.
How we doing today? I feel like I ain't talk on a mic in a minute. Y'all can hear me, right? All right, cool. Before I get into it, I just want to say that I'm here from Chicago. I'm visiting. Appreciate it. I'm visiting my brother. A lot of people in Chicago, they know me as an actor, right? But I was doing some stuff with some agencies, and it just wasn't feeling right. Like, I just didn't, it wasn't connecting, and the shit just didn't feel real for a quick sign. And I was like, I need to come feel something real, be present to something. And I just want to shout out to like everybody that set this up, because I didn't know it was going to be like this. But I was just looking for some spoken word out here. And this is just like, it's just everything. And I appreciate it. And this is real. So I'm going to do this one piece. I wrote this recently, and it's about somebody that was real close to me. So I hope y'all mess with this real quick. Life, how precious. I had someone I loved tell me they want to take their life. And my first response was, well, that ain't right. Like, you was put on this earth for a reason. And you want to stop yourself from breathing? That's like treason to the body. So no, I don't think fondly of it. Like, no, we got to find another way. Fuck it, we can move away. Nobody got to know where we stay. And if they find out, they won't even reach the front door. Because I hit him where he lay in broad day. And after my Broadway rant, she just touched me. Tell me that my effort is lovely and that she loves me. But this is a battle from within. And only I could fight these demons, Ken. These wounds that cut deeply in my flesh don't affect the same tissue that you use to wipe my tears. The brave man you are means nothing because I have to confront these fears. She said she was hurting when she met me. And the thoughts confined inside her head were deadly. And this occurred steadily, like how melodies flow. And this is all because someone wanted to alter her growth. Now let her see the beauty she possesses and holds. So for this next part, I am not talking in code. And for a real quick break, I just really want to say, like, real stuff. Anybody that's ever been, like, abused or anything like that, like, this is from the heart. Like, I met somebody that was, like, she was so bright that it's, like, I just couldn't think that she had pain. Like, I wasn't raised through pain, so it's, like, if I see somebody that showed that same thing, I really, really thought that was, like, they was good their whole life, but they wasn't. And that showed me a lot of things, like, for real. So I just wanted to shout out to anybody in here that ever been through that. And, like, you strong to get up every day and do what y'all do, like, for real. Like, I appreciate that. So let me get back into this. I said they did not let her see the beauty she beholds. And even though this was the case, this is not what was shown across her face. I'm talking about a smile, even if you was down for the longest while, you still appreciate. Energy that could jumpstart a million cars. She damn near might be from Mars. Eyes that, well, actually, I ain't gonna tell y'all because that's my favorite part. Yet, even though she showed me love, her house was vacant of the substance. Strangers sat at the dinner table reserved for loved ones. Cries and pain took the place of love. All right, give me 1 second. Let me take that back. My fault. All right. 1 second. This is the hard part of it. My fault. Give me 1 second. Okay. I said strangers sat at the dinner table reserved for loved ones. Cries and shrieks took the part of laughter. Men circling a young queen, not being honest for what they were after. My fault, did I say men? I meant to say cowards, who I care less if God strike them dead at this very hour. The darkness they contain should have never been around someone so bright. They should have never had the opportunity to stand in your light. And other than the fact, it's what came after that made it worse. She went to her friends and her family, and they all left her to rot. So how can I be mad if she wants to send herself to God? Madre turns to Matona. Madre turns to Matona, keeping up the status quo of women choosing men over their own daughters. And this mentality was slaughter. I ain't trying to say that you ain't have trauma, but to put that on your offspring who is offering you life, that shit just not right. But that shit is life. And with life, you control what you can. So I'm gonna stay by talking with the topic at hand. And that's my friend. I'm going to stay talking with the topic at hand, and that's my friend. Because this is not where the story ends. See, this is where it begins. See, I didn't see the light inside her eyes until she started to heal, and I was 10 toes. And even though she goes down this journey blindfold, she still goes. So, and I don't mean to be pretentious when I say this, but suicide prevention starts with paying attention.
All right, give it up for the kid with the mallet. He put it down, and he got go. Don't you admire brothers that ain't scared? Like, cause I'm a speaker. I'm a professional and a motivational speaker. But I still get nervous. But brothers that hop up and go like that, that's admirable. And I seen his name. His name was close to the top of the list too. And I really wasn't thinking about that. When you get a brother at the top of the list, they eager to speak. But they don't stop speaking. That be the thing. That be the thing about the good brothers that keep going. They keep going and going and going and going. So this is what we gonna do. We limiting everybody to one speech so that we get everybody in, right? So we're gonna limit everybody to one time. If it's short and then we got a little more time, we can get back up and we can go back at it, but we're gonna keep it low because we know y'all artists, we know y'all deep, and we can get a little long-winded with it. And then they get, artists be real deep. They might get up here and be like, just listen to the silence, bro. Just listen to the room. They get too deep on it. You be like, all right now, I listen to it tomorrow, but we got to go. We got to go. We listen to the silence later on. Look, I'm going to tell y'all real quick something about HBC, man. The back wall was a place where we carved our freedom for ourselves, right? HBC was a creation by a great woman, Jody, right? That was like the back wall on steroids. I got to a prison and I found HBC, and back then we called it the place where they was working at. We called that place Lifeline, and for good reason. It was a lifeline, and in there, it was a whole different world. It was high tech. It was deep. I didn't know so much about social justice until I came in that place. They brought in people that kind of. I knew it was a fight. I knew it was a struggle. I always been a revolutionary at heart. I swear, the first thing my mama told me in class was that if my teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, to call her a bitch and go use the bathroom, right? She birthed me a revolutionary. Don't let nobody force you in a position that I wouldn't put you in, right? And I was born and raised in that, but I didn't know what I was fighting for because I was just a criminal who was trying to get money in my head, right? Until they showed me the social structure. So when I got in there, I got freedom. I got words to express what I wanted to express, right? It let me out of prison when I walked into HBC, right? And then Kendra Hovey, she took the helm and it kept going and I kept growing. They was bringing in people like from so many places and gave me life. So it was like the back wall on another level, and they hated it in the joint, right? They hated it, right? Because everybody was anti-inmate, anti-freedom. They wanted to control us, but HBC was etching out that place, and they was letting us stink, and we was putting on different shows, and we was growing, and we was talking different. They was treating us like humans. They wasn't even making decisions. They was bringing us to the table like, what y'all think? What y'all want to do? You got this position. You take this title. You take control. And they hated the place, right? They did everything they could to stop it, but they were so sweet with what they was doing. The results was measured. They was showing the proof. It was in the pudding. They couldn't stop it. But COVID came. They got a little bit of an edge. They was already out. They didn't like it, and they pushed us out. They pushed HBC out. I came home from the joint right after the COVID thing, and the first people to receive me and catch me was HBC. Gave me a shot, gave me a mic, said you could speak. Said you could speak and we'll pay you to speak, right? For no reason. I ain't got a credential. People wouldn't even give me a job. I had to make a job. So they was what they was in the joint to me on the street. But by being pushed out of prison, that created, some financial strain. So a lot of this stuff ain't free. Y'all help support. Long story short. No, I'm just playing. But no, help. No, y'all can support. Y'all can support. When y'all pass the front, it's a way to donate. It's a way to support. If you find in your heart to do so, do so. It's a good thing. And I don't vouch for just anything. I get up here, I talk, I'm going to say good stuff. I'm going to say they're good people. But if I say they did something, I really mean that. You know what I mean? With that said, Kendra is the leader of the show. And what she I hear her say a lot of prolific things. She always encouraged me. I never heard her say nothing prolific that was above a whisper. She usually says like, hey, DeAndre, Pooh, you do a good job. Maybe you ought to think about doing it another way, right? And you won't know she prolific as she is, right? But she is. So they claim she want to get up here and speak on the mic. And she going to do a spoken word. I don't believe it. Let's see, though. Kendra Hovey, welcome to the stage. Let's go.
I don't know if it counts as spoken word if you're reading off a piece of paper. So Healing Broken Circles, so the mission is to provide opportunities to heal, learn, and thrive for people touched by the justice system. And so when I got involved with HBC, if I thought that didn't apply to me, the men inside quickly set me straight and pushed me to push myself. They pushed me to stretch myself, especially creatively. And I resisted, and I gave lots of excuses, but they were having none of it. Y'all were having none of it. So they did get this poem out of me that I'm going to read tonight for the first time publicly. First poem ever. So it's called, this poem is called, Mass Incarceration Ruined My Latte. When you leave these walls, what won't confuse you is Himalayan sea salt. You read it from the list of ingredients on my prepackaged meal. I tell you what it is and where you might find it. In chocolate, a bath bomb, on the shelf of a Park Slope bodega, because Pablo added that it looks like crack, but pinkish, and Red said, oh, like meth. You know even more about Himalayan sea salt. I did not tell you about the chef who cooks with it, the one inspired by a 3-day peyote trip and the recipes that came with my toaster, as he cool bragged on his menu in his upscale restaurant, taking ownership of his crime, just like you. As I weigh one main versus two sides, I imagine that I yank the wrists of this man-bun chef and cuff him, charge him on multiple counts, unearned immunity, obliviousness, pissing me off. Instead, I make a bullet-pointed list. It went like, the room that's 3 times as big as any room needs to be, Netflix, Hulu, and Prime, the contacts on my phone, talking with a comic book artist at that party last week, sparklers on Diwali, this morning's cup of coffee. It's a list of things I should enjoy more than I do. Things that should sound better, taste better, be better, because freedom, for some, is beautiful. Freedom is beautiful for some. It's true that many who visit inside these walls become newly grateful for the choice to leave, drive away, drive through for a double tall cinnamon dolce latte. They text me, I know, I text back, hiding that I don't. This takeout coffee brewed with utter indifference to you doesn't taste any better. It tastes worse.
She did it, she did it, she did it. Let's keep it rolling. Hold up. Tiffany Lawson. Uh-oh, let's go, Tiff. The energy been powerful, too. It's time for you to bring it. I've been feeling your energy today. It's been strong. Let's go.
Hello, y'all. My name is Tiffany Lawson. I'm a Southsider from here, Columbus, Ohio. And it's such an honor to be here tonight with all of you and Healing Broken Circles. It's a full circle. My full-time job, moonlight in the court at the courthouse as a judicial assistant, in the municipal courts. So I see this shit from a whole different perspective. In some ways, I feel helpless, but I have always made it a point to greet each person with a smile, to make them feel like humans, to tell them good morning, to tell them to have a good night, to wish them well on their way home, and their families as well. So it's just a real big honor to be here tonight, and thank you for being here. Absolutely. So I'm gonna leave y'all with some love tonight. I'm gonna honor a little bit of love. So here we go. And this is the first poem that I wrote this year. Recently, all my poems, well, prior to this, my poems were old, but this was the first one that I wrote this year. And I did it at Scott Wood's open mic, Writer's Block, on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. So like I said, it's just such a honor to be here in this full circle. I'm so full. I feel so fed, and thank you for just everything. So here we go. On this day I come, offering love its altar, requited, full, and unending, with bread and butter, righteously crafted, and daddy's discrepancies and mother's prayers. Sisters and brothers bonded in new earth, forged by fire, love ignited in the vestibules of self. Known in no uncertain terms, bound, a covenant awash with breakup hymns and cleansed by grief. On its altar, love shall be enshrined through glittery failure and uncomfortable success, laying personage as a bouquet in honor of tumbled nature. Thank you.
Okay, we got time for one more. And we gon' man, I wish we could hear everybody. Well, we gonna do this again. We gonna try to get this going more often. Dewan Foot? I'm sorry, Diane Foot. I'm sorry about that. But you gotta write a little bit better, Diane. You can't blame it all on me now. You can speak, but you gotta start writing good now.
I'm a little bit tired. I just got in from Atlanta. This is untitled. When you are black, raised by a white man, mother pushed out of the picture, mother bowed out of the picture, mother left the picture to find herself. Father has no idea how to raise you, how to raise a little black girl. He knows you need the basics, food, clothes, a roof, and he knows nothing of the intricacies. He teaches you to be independent. He teaches you all men want one thing. He doesn't teach you how to value yourself. He doesn't teach you how your light skin will keep you from having friends. Your mother is busy finding herself. Your mother is busy finding herself. Your mother is busy. She's forgotten she needs to teach you. She's forgotten to teach you value. You are not a thing. You are not an idea. You are not a concept. You are not a concern. They didn't notice. You are not a concern. You try to be a concern. You are trying to be a concern. You come off pushy. Females do not like pushy. There's no value in concern or pushy. My white father had no idea how to raise a little black girl. He tried. He loved me, but he left my cup empty. The little black girl is still trying to be found. There are no mirrors in the forest. There are no mirrors in the forest. There are trails in the forest, but sadly, the little black girl has no idea where they lead.
Thank you, Diane. Hey, we thank y'all. 100 million times for coming out and supporting us. This is our thing. This is our thing. This is after being pushed out the prison, this our last shot, you know, HBC, and we just trying to do something beautiful and build something big. So we appreciate y'all for coming out. Stay plugged into our social media and see when the next back wall is popping up. Stay with us because we not taking long, and we trying to just bring things that's just powerful and impactful and just showing what's really going on behind the walls. Stay in touch with the brothers behind the walls. Stay linked with them. The sisters behind the walls, stay linked with them. We all they got, and they need us, right? And we love y'all. Bring somebody back with y'all next time. Thank y'all for coming. It's been real.